Okay, guys. So it's time for us to discuss our top 5 power ranking teams after week 14. So I'm going to quickly get us started here. At number 5, I have Pittsburgh all the way at the bottom. With the consecutive losses these past couple of weeks, I can no longer hold them at a higher spot. Number 4, New Orleans. I had them at 3 pretty much the whole season, but after the loss against Philly, I had to move them down. I knew that Jalen Hurts was really going to come out with a bang, but I still had expected New Orleans to take home that win. So number 3, I have the Green Bay Packers. I think that they are serious about getting into the playoffs and trying to go as far as they can. And with their consecutive wins these past 3 weeks, I've kind of seen a bit of a new team there. Number 2, Buffalo. They just played an amazing game. To me, they're the ones that hit Pittsburgh down at the bottom a lot in my list. So I gave them that number 2 spot. And, Kansas City, number 1.
Okay. Starting off, Pittsburgh, gone. You're not seeing my top 5. That's just me. For me, you're done. I'm sorry. I was debating Saints, Browns. And if the Browns win that game last night, I think we can all agree maybe you can see them in the top 5. I'm going to put them there at number 5. I like what they did. I saw a lot from them. And I don't know. I agree with what you said, Nolan. This is a Saints team that we're looking at with Taysom Hill, with Drew Brees, albeit a different story. But this team right now with Taysom Hill, I think Cleveland is a better team. Going to number 4, I got the Packers. I trust Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. They are on an historic rate right now. And the defensive side, you look at that, you look at Aaron Rodgers, they give you a chance to win every single week. Number 3, the Rams. That defense showed out against New England, made multiple stops in, goal-to-goal situations. New England was 0-4 in the red zone. That's not going to get it done. They only came up with 3 points in 4 trips to the red zone. They bend but didn't break. They're looking legit. Jared Goff, if he could just play decent enough, the Rams are a serious contender. Number 2, the Bills. Said it was going to happen, and it did. They beat the Steelers, and they are looking great. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and I really like what they're doing on the defensive side of the football. Yeah, they might not get after you, but they keep everything in front of them. We haven't seen a lot of, miscommunications, a lot of breakdowns in the secondary. They're a good, sound football team. I like Buffalo number 2. And number 1, I really don't think anyone's going to knock off this team from number 1 for a while. Kansas City, they just look dominant. Miami did make it interesting, but when you got Patrick Mahomes, you're just never out of it. Him, Kelce, and Tyreek Hill, man, they are scary.
Ooh, so for my list, I look at my list. I like to put winners in my list, but sometimes you can't always do that. Like sometimes it just doesn't work that way. So if we look at number 5 on my list, my, how the mighty have fallen. Number 1, just a couple of weeks ago, and now the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're number 5 on my list. Man, I'd be scared for you guys. I think you guys are going to fall out of that number 5 spot next week and drop down even lower. I can't trust you guys right now, man. Can't trust the pass. Can't trust the run. I hate to say it, but I don't even feel like I can trust the defense right now that much. Huh? I know. Crazy. Number 4, we're going to go with the New Orleans Saints. These guys fell off again, too. I know both these teams, the Saints and the Steelers, I had them both higher. But you know what? When you take L's and you fall off. Taysom Hill, I disrespected you before. Then I showed you love. I'm going to disrespect you again. You're not a quarterback, buddy. Put Jameis Winston in there. New Orleans Saints, you guys are number 4. Number 3, I hate this guy. I hate their defense. I don't like the Packers' defense at all, except for maybe the exception of Jair Alexander because he's on one of my fantasy teams as a defensive player. But other than that, I don't really like this Green Bay Packers defense, and I see holes in that defense every time I watch them. But you know what? Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, man, that's true. That's all it is. It's certified facts. It's certified true. The two of them have that connection. I think, Devontae Adams had that touchdown in, the last 5 games, or almost every game since he's had an injury, he's had a touchdown. That right there, that's insane. And their connection cannot be denied. So number 3, Green Bay Packers looking to move up. Number 2, John E. Mallon and the Buffalo Bills. My God, I don't even want to talk about the offense. I don't want to talk about Diggs. I don't want to talk about Josh Allen. I want to talk about the defense. These guys are coming into form. Last year, they were a top 2 defense in the league. This year, they didn't really start off right, but right now, heading into the playoffs, these guys look dangerous. They locked down that entire Pittsburgh wide receiver core last week, and it was scary. Tre'Davious White, low-key. He's probably the best cornerback in the game. Probably. I know there's a guy in New England who might fight that off, but Tre'Davious, come on, man. He's locking these wide receivers down. Number 1, it's been like this for most of the season. Even when they took an L, people still had them number 1, and guess what? They're still number 1, and it's not going to change. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. That's all there is, straight up.
This top 5 was, pretty tough to do because, again, there were some teams that lost, and 2 of those teams that lost, they're gone out of my top 5. Gone, New Orleans gone. I've got a couple teams that I like here instead. 5, Tennessee. Their offense is clicking. Their defense can't cover anybody, but in moments they can make plays. Similar to almost Green Bay, right? They've got, a triple-headed monster in Derrick Henry, Corey Davis, A.J. Brown, and Ryan Tannehill can do his thing too. That O-line is pretty solid. But like Green Bay, they can't stop a lot of people. The team in front of Tennessee, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, said enough about it. Again, they can't stop the run. Jair Alexander, I need him to you mentioned he's great. He has to start shadowing more receivers, right? Because these other guys are getting open where they can just put their worst receiver on Jair Alexander. Sure, that whole side shut down. Why don't you cover the number 1 moving forward? Maybe this defense starts to look a little bit better. 3, Rams. Guys, I love them right now. I think they're the best team in the NFC. I think the Rams could absolutely roll the Packers. And I know that might be shocking to say. You get Jalen Ramsey on Devontae Adams. You think Lazard or Scantling is beating Darius Williams, who's really made himself a really good corner in this league? And Aaron Donald, come on. He's a freak. And that offense with Cam Akers and those running backs running after the catch against that defense, good luck. 2, Buffalo. We've said enough about them. They've looked fantastic. Steven, I'm with you. The defense is clicking at the perfect moment right now. They did look bad. They can't stop the run much. Well, now it looks like they can stop the run because they face Pittsburgh, who doesn't know how to run, but their corners are really bringing it together. Those safeties, Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, they're pretty talented there in the back. And number 1, I've had them here since week 9. Kansas City Chiefs gave me a scare, down 10 to Miami. But how about I just put up 30 straight points with my offense and my special teams? They're legit.
That's what they do. That's what they do, though. They've been doing it. That's what they do.
So that's my top 5. I know shocking, 2 teams going out of there, but I'm not too confident with it. But we'll see what happens this weekend.
We'll go down together. Nolan.
Okay, so there you have it. Our top 5 picks heading into week 15. It was so great chatting with you guys. That concludes our episode for today. Thank you so much for joining us on Touchdown with True Sports. We'll see you next week.